Hi everyone, it's me Elna again. How are you guys doing? I hope you can hear me. All right, let me know, okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I hope everyone is enjoying my 5 days freelance writing tips. So today we're on number 3. All right, so I'm just gonna check to see that I'm live on my page. And I apologize so much that I was late tonight. I took my twins to gymnastics today from 5:30 to 6:30, and we didn't have dinner until quite late. So I just put them down around 8 o'clock instead of 7:30. So I had to wait a little bit until they, slowed down with chattering, because they always like to chatter when they go to bed, and then they finally fell asleep. So I apologize so much for being so late. So hopefully you can see me and you can hear me. And for today's, what we're going to be talking about. Oh, let me just check my page. Now, just let you know that I'm looking over here at my laptop. I'll be looking down at my notes. I do have notes that I, read about, just to make sure that I can tell you everything. Because for some reason, I still have the mom brain. When you're pregnant, you sort of forget everything and forget what you're saying. Well, for some reason, I still have that. Maybe because I had twins. I don't know. All right, so I am live, so that's great. And I can only assume that you guys can hear me. Most of my lives have been great, and then I can hear myself, so awesome. All right, so for today, we're going to talk about ways to perfect your pitching game. Now, as a freelance writer, one of the things that you need to sort of know and have a good strategy is your pitch game, right? Now, it's always nice to have clients come to you, right? But in the beginning, as a freelance writer, you're going to be pitching, right? So as for me, when I first started as a freelance writer, one of the first things that I learned quickly, this glare for me is annoying on my glasses. As I was saying, when I was new to freelance writing, I learned quickly that in order for me to find any kind of work, I had to go seek work. I had to go find the clients. So that meant going to job boards. That's what I started with. And I had great success. And I still, if I am in a pinch and I need a new client and I haven't gotten any inquiries lately, then I'll just go to a job board and start pitching for a bit, and I'll totally get a client. So anyways, so if you're new, you have no idea how to find a freelance writing client, right? So, and that's okay, because I'll be helping you a little bit. So I know you want to attract clients, but that takes a little bit of time. As I was saying in the last couple of sessions, I am a freelance writer. I still am a freelance writer. It's been almost 3 years, and I still have a service-based business that most of my income comes from. So I'm not someone that just started freelance writing and then quickly went into creating courses and moving on. No, my knowledge is still there, and I'm still a freelance writer. All right, so you're probably having struggles right now, and you're pulling your hair out because you just don't get this whole pitching game. Like you're brand new to this, so how in the hell are you supposed to pitch when you have no idea what you're supposed to be writing, how you're supposed to be marketing your business, right? Because you're brand new. Oh, hey, Zakia. Thanks for being here. And so as far as this whole pitching thing, I want to talk about quickly what you need before you pitch. Now, even if you're brand new, you can still start pitching right away, but you do need a couple of things that I recommend and that will help you land clients a lot faster than if you didn't have any of these things, okay? The first thing you need is a sample or samples. Those are what prospects are going to be seeing to make sure that, first of all, that you can write, and that second of all, that you know how to write for an online audience. Most of these gigs, since they're online, they're going to be wanting your service writing so that you know how to write for online audience, right? We talked a little bit about that yesterday. And so that's what clients are going to be showing. So When you start making your samples, the best samples are ones that are published, so guest posts. If you can land a guest post in your niche, or if you can land a guest post on a high profile platform kind of, blog, like let's say Smart Blogger, or anything that's in your niche that accepts guest posts, like Pick Your Brain or Elephant Journal, things like that, then that will immediately show the client that other people like your writing so much that they decided to publish your content. And so guest posts, I think, are a great way to have a sample. But if you are still new to all of this and you don't know where to find blogs to guest post, that's okay. You can create your own samples. I recommend creating a sample on Medium. It's a blogger platform, so you immediately get a live link when you publish a sample there, and you can use that link in your pitch. So it looks like you have published work, even though it's something that you did on your own. Another way to get a live link is on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, they have a publishing platform called the LinkedIn Pulse, and so I recommend to my course students, if you're pitching to guest posts, it's going to take a while. It might take a week or whatever for your pitch to get accepted. In that interim, go ahead and start creating samples and put them on LinkedIn, put them on Medium, get a Google Sheet or a Google Doc and draft up a sample there as well, because you can get a live link there too. So do those things so that when you start pitching, you don't have to upload a PDF or upload something to your email and send it off. A lot of prospects, since they're getting hundreds and hundreds of pitches to them, they're probably going to trash the ones that have any kind of attachments, because they don't know what they're going to be opening, right? It's just a safe protocol, so they'll probably won't even open it if they see that you have some kind of attachment. It's not always, that's not always going to happen, but you never know. You just never know. So I always say, have a live link. So having your samples. Another thing you need to have before you start pitching is some kind of home base. I recommend having your own writer website that shows your professionalism as a writer, and that you are doing this as a business and not as some hobby. But again, if you are still brand new and you don't have that, let's say you started a blog and you're writing some blog posts, you tried affiliate marketing, you tried monetizing your blog, and you're just not having any good luck, right? So like you're probably barely making enough to buy coffee or pay your cable bill. So you started thinking about freelance writing. So you thought, well, maybe this is what I want to do. Well, in that case, you have your blog, and that's fine as long as you have some kind of online home base. So if you have a blog, you can start using that to start attracting clients and start using that when you start pitching. But even if you don't have a blog, you can still become a freelance writer. You can still pitch. It's not recommended, but you can use other ways as long as you have some kind of home base online. So other ways, if you don't have a website, you can use a portfolio site. So something like Contently offers a free service to provide a platform for your portfolio. So you can just sign up and you can start putting your live links there, or even you can upload your PDFs on Contently. And you can direct clients to your Contently portfolio there, right? Another way is you can have a Facebook page. It's not really recommended for writers, but you can have it just to have some way to contact you, to show your content online there, and just to direct people to your Facebook page as well. I know there are some, it makes more sense for, let's say, virtual assistants, right? They live online, so having a Facebook page for a virtual assistant is probably better than a freelance writer. But it's, like I said, if you want to land a gig quickly, you need to get out there and have your presence. And so having some kind of home base, several home bases if you want, but having one main one is important before you start pitching. Whoops, sorry. That fell, eh? Sorry about that. My phone or my iPad here is all crazy. It's been a crazy day, just to let you know. Okay. All right. So samples, a home base, and of course a great pitch. Now that's something that I'm not going to go into how to write a great pitch. I'm talking about your pitching game overall. But that's something that you need to start working on. And yesterday we did talk about having a general template for your pitch, and through time you can get that going and perfecting that pitch. So now that we got that covered, let's look at how we can start perfecting your pitching game. All right, the first thing that you want to do is, we're going to go back to pitching, but reviewing that current pitch that you already have. So take the time to draft your pitch first. Sorry, oh, look at that. I got pen mark on my hands here. Start reviewing the pitch. So create your pitch and then look it over. Take, a day or two, leave it alone, and then come back to it and look at it and really start to see if it shows the service and the confidence that you have as a freelance writer. Now, you're brand new. You're not going to have much confidence in yourself, and that's okay, but you can sort of fake it till you make it by doing these things. Yesterday we talked about having metrics and sort of hitting those targets and just going through that process to inch you forward and forward in your business. So when you start reviewing your pitch, like for me, my first pitch that I ever sent is in no way, shape, or form what it is today. It's changed so many times, and I've tweaked it so many times. So it's your job as a freelance writer that once you start landing clients with that pitch, start tweaking it to optimize it even better so that you can attract even better clients. All right, so one of the first things I noticed in my pitches early on was that I wasn't showing any confidence at all. I was using phrases like, I might be good at this. I might be able to do this. Yeah, I think I can handle doing these blog posts every week. I was using that type of language in my responses or in my pitch, and clients or prospects don't want to have a writer that's not confident. So change that language to have those strong sentences that show that you are the professional. Okay, it's you. They're seeking your professional service. So you need to start acting like that in your email. Another thing was that I even mentioned that I was a new writer in my pitch. Now you might think that's not anything bad. Like you want to tell them like, yeah, you're new to this, but you're eager and you want to get started, and this is so much like you're excited and you're going to be like the best freelance writer for them ever, right? Because you're just so eager. But again, clients don't want to know that you're a brand new writer. They're not going to have any confidence in your ability to give them what they want. So don't mention that you're new at all. Even if you're new, don't mention it. So as I was saying, you need to show your professionalism and that you're in control. All right. Sorry, I have my notes here. All right, so I want you to go look through your pitch and find that language and start tweaking that and changing that language. So swapping those phrases of I might to I know and I will. Another thing you want to make sure is that you're explicit in your pitch. Now, this means that you know exactly what the prospect wants from you, and that's looking in their job ad. If, for example, you're looking at job ads, reading that and looking and seeing what exactly do they want for their writer. So, for example, if they're seeking a blog writer, well, then show them in your pitch what you can do as their blog writer. It's not just writing a blog post for them. It's having a eye-catching headline. Tell them that you will provide these things in your blog post. An eye-catching headline, a call to action. Maybe that you'll say that you promote it on social media to all your followers that you've grown. These little things, by telling them and breaking it down, that this is what you will get if you hire me, makes it a lot easier for that client to hire you. So think about that by, breaking it down and showing exactly what you'll get. I find that that's very effective, and that's how I started writing my pitches in the beginning, was actually having a bullet list of all the things that you'll get when you hire me, as far as not even like the professionalism and I'll exceed deadlines and be on time and be prompt, none of that stuff really, but more of the actual elements in my blog posts, that it's engaging and that I will promote in all my social medias, platforms and all that. So I find that just by doing that really helped me land clients quicker. So the next thing that you want to do is start getting your pitch game more optimized, is to start keeping track of those pitches. So use an Excel sheet, use a Google Sheet, and start noting down every pitch that you send. I want you to start keeping track of that. So if you're pitching to job boards, each job ad will have information that you need to start keeping track of, so that it becomes easily accessible when you need it, right? So when you pitch and a job and prospect responds back to your pitch, you need to know exactly what they want. So having a list will show you that, okay, well, from this email and this client, from this, they wanted 3 blog posts at this rate. So when you respond, you know exactly what's going on. So I find that it's real handy to have. Some of the things that I like to keep track of are the type of pitch that I send. So not every pitch that I send will be from or for a job board or from a job board ad. I might use cold pitching. So I note what type of pitch I sent. Maybe it's a guest post pitch. Maybe it's a job ad pitch. Maybe I'm starting to do some warm pitching. These are all different pitches that require different elements for a freelance writer, right? So making sure that you know that. So if it's a cold pitch, well, then the next thing you need to know is what brand or business did you cold pitch to? What's the name of the owner, the blog owner, or the CEO? The contact information of that company, and when you sent that cold pitch. For job ads, it's the same thing. You want to note what the criteria is within that job ad. If you know the website it came from, so noting that, noting the day you send your pitch, and noting any other information if the job ad specified a rate or not. That will help you when you start crafting your pitch and you get a response and your negotiation, when you can start telling them your rate when a good time would be. Because some job ads will state that you need to state your rate in your pitch. Other jobs will give you a rate, and other jobs won't really say anything. So it's up to you to sort of realize that, and so you can keep track of that in a tracking sheet. Now, if anyone has any questions, just go ahead and put them in. I can answer them. If you have specific pitching questions, I'm here for you. All right, the third thing that I recommend to be a better freelance writer to get clients with pitching is to start pitching daily and consistently. So I always say, like, when you're brand new, your job is to pitch. You need to land clients. Once you start landing clients, you'll become more confident in your ability. It's always that first client that you're anxious and you're sweating bullets and you're nervous and you don't feel confident and you're scared and all of these emotions are going through, and then you start pitching and then you're not landing any clients and you don't know what's going on, and then again you just become not motivated anymore, right? So that's why I sort of want to break this down for you and help you. That I think if you start pitching daily and consistently in a chunk of time. So for example, this is when you start building metrics and daily targets. Again, I've been talking about that I think in every Facebook Live that I've been doing here, because it's that important to set these daily targets or these metrics around your business. It just makes you more productive, and it makes you more confident, and it makes you take action. So, and it just all goes down to numbers. So, landing a client, it's all in the numbers. The more you pitch, the more opportunities you have for finding clients and landing gigs. A lot of my students in my course, they might have different conversion rates. For example, some of my new students recently, only pitched 3 or 4 times and landed 1 gig out of that, like right in the beginning, boom. Other students, maybe it took them 20 times before they landed their first gig. For me, when I first started, I think I pitched around 30 to 50 times before I landed my first gig. So you can see that from that time, because of the pitch that I had, wasn't really converting. So it took a lot longer for me to land a client. And that's why my students are having much more successful conversion rates, because of the templates that they're using and the pitches that I put in my pitch archive in Write Your Way to Your First 1K course. Those pitches have been proven to be effective because I've used them, I've tweaked them over time, and these are the ones that I've been using lately. So it shows that it's working. So you really need to focus on the copy in your pitch. And then the other part is having those numbers. So pick a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, and in that time, set metrics every day. So every day you're going to pitch 5 times, every single day. And you're going to start broadening your scope of where you're going to be pitching, because if you only pick one job board, you're not going to have enough to pitch 5 times every day, right? Job boards don't go through new pitches that fast, or new job ads that fast. So you're going to find new job boards. You're going to find other ways to start finding and attracting clients, and just using other methods. And that's a challenge that you're going to have. So you're going to do that on Monday, and then on Tuesday, and all the way through the week, you're going to find ways to start pitching to clients. So again, you might include a guest post pitch as a pitch, and that's fine. You can get paid to guest post, and if you land that, then that's your gig. That's your project that you get paid for. Boom. So I recommend doing this in 1 to 2 week chunks, and then giving yourself a break, and then going back and doing it again. And like I said, the more you pitch, the greater likelihood you'll have of landing a client. And then finally, the 4th thing that I want you to do is to start, stepping out of your comfort zone. And this is hard, because when you're going to be pitching daily, you're going to be looking at all the job ads for that day, and you're probably going to say, "Oh, I'm not going to pitch that. I'm not qualified for that. That's not even in my niche. Nope. And it's going to be harder and harder for you to find a job ad to pitch to." This is where I want you to just sort of step out of your comfort zone a little bit and broaden your sort of your net for pitching. When I first started out, even though I set my niches, I had multiple niches in the beginning because I wanted to cast this wide net and try to attract any clients. And that's okay in the beginning. I don't recommend that if you're more established and if you want to make writing as as your main way of making income, then I don't recommend that. But in the beginning, just to get out there, have several niches and and start pitching to several job ads that are in your niche and that aren't in your niche. So I always go, if it seems interesting to you, then pitch to it. And that's pretty much how I landed my first gig outside of the content mills that I first started. Outside of that, and then once I created my website and started pitching, the first gig that I landed was for Wheels.ca. Now, Wheels.ca is an automotive website. It's actually a division of the Toronto Star. So, but I didn't know this at the time. I didn't know that they were, back behind a big newspaper and a big publication, all that stuff. But I landed the gig because the job ad was something like they were looking for a female writer that was an auto enthusiast. Now, I am so not an auto enthusiast. I rarely put gas in my car. I rarely drive my car. But I knew enough that I'm a woman. I can add something because I'm also a mom. And I can talk about, in my mind, I was thinking, well, they'll maybe want content about, maybe packing for your child on long road trips, maybe of how moms can take care of their cars. I was just thinking of these things in my mind that, well, maybe I could then pitch to this. It gave me the confidence to pitch to this gig, and I landed the gig. I landed it, and I was writing exactly what I was thinking. I was writing about, auto insurance. I was writing a little bit about that, but I was writing about, activities to keep your toddlers busy while you're on a road trip. I wrote a whole bunch of posts like that. I wrote about the safety of car seats. So all these things. And I found that I could write about that. So, don't exclude any of those job ads that you might not think that you're qualified for, because you might be. You need to think of all the experience that you had in your life. If there's a gig about something that has to do with like home decor, well, you can sort of think about those ideas, because I'm sure you've had an apartment and you had to decorate your apartment. Like, you sort of have to stretch that truth a little bit and think about, well, yeah, you can draw from those experiences. And not to mention that since we are freelance writers and we write online, we have Google to help us find this information. You have this great resource, so you can research for these things, these topics, to help you if you don't know much about it. So that's exactly what I did when I started breaking into the WordPress niche. I have a couple blogs and sites up, but a lot of that was based on my husband doing that for me. So I had to spend some time actually, finding plugins, uploading plugins, getting to know the back end of WordPress. And also I was uploading pieces to my clients' back end of WordPress as well. So I was becoming more and more familiar with WordPress, that I felt that I could start pitching to these clients. And I landed a few gigs and I got a few posts in the WordPress niche based on the limited knowledge that I had. But I could always research online about it if I needed more information about a certain topic that I was writing about in the WordPress niche, right? So this is what you have to start thinking of. When you're brand new, you sort of have to do that. You sort of have to get your feelers out there a little bit. Once you start landing clients, you'll become more confident, and then you can start honing in on your niche and start attracting the higher paying clients. Because in the beginning, you may not land high paying clients because you're still new, right? But you will eventually. You will start finding a niche that's more profitable, finding something that you really enjoy writing about, and then optimizing your presence online to attract those types of clients. And that's exactly what I did when I first started. Like I said, I had 3 niches, but I soon learned that I really gravitated towards social media marketing, content marketing, and I was optimizing my website, optimizing my searches to attract those types of clients. And it's just most recently that I really updated my writer website copy to only focus on those types of clients. It took me a while, because I always felt that if I don't want to exclude everyone, I want to get hired no matter what, and I can't talk, in any niche possible. So my copy on my old writer websites revealed that I'm just a basic content writer and I will help you with your content. But as soon as I stopped thinking like that and started thinking of just attracting that ideal client, that's all I'm getting. I'm getting inquiries for the digital marketing niche, and I can start, I have enough confidence and enough experience now with my portfolio that I can set my rate high, right? So it all works in the end, that you will start attracting those clients, and then you can start asking for a higher rate. So, well, there you go. Those are the 4 steps, and that's all that I have for you. So thank you so much for attending, and I will be here tomorrow, hopefully, for day 4. I don't have my sheet here of what we're going to be talking about. Oh wait, I think it's over here. Hold on. Okay. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about your niche and finding that perfect niche for you. That will be tomorrow's topic, so that will be exciting. All right. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye.